Hey bros, I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Captain America Shield Blaster thing by Nerf. This is a toy supposed to look like the Captain America shield from the Marvel films and comic books, of course, but it also shoots 2 Nerf darts and collapses. Tactical Transformer. Let's get into the review. Included is the blaster shield thing itself, the handle, 2 Nerf Elite darts, as well as the instructions. Now let's go over the externals and function in a bit more detail, starting out with the blaster portion of this prop toy thing. On the underside of the shield there is a handle right here. This is where your hand actually slides in to hold the shield. And if you can see this gray piece below my fingers, when I clench my fist, that's actually the trigger to fire the blaster. To prime this blaster, you can pull back on the priming handle here, this red thing. That is in the primed form. Then it fires out of the 2 barrels up in the front here. It fires one at a time, not both at once. To load this blaster shield toy prop thing, you front load the 2 Nerf darts just like this, like many other Nerf blasters. If the blaster is primed, you can pull down on the trigger here, and it fires 1 dart. And on each side of the handle here and here, there are little ammo storage places so you can carry spare darts. The blaster really isn't that fantastic. The performance is actually pretty bad, but this thing is pretty cool because of the shield portion. As you can see, it's supposed to look like the Captain America shield. And if you press on this star thing, this entire silver star is a button which collapses the shield. This can be viewed as something of a firing mode because then you can actually see your barrels so you can aim a little bit better. When the barrels are covered in firing position, it is a little bit tricky to see exactly where you're aiming. Granted, it's a Nerf blaster that does not perform very well, so I really don't think the lack of accuracy is a big deal for the target market here. The shield collapsing, the function of it mechanically feels good. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. I'm actually quite impressed with it. Granted, it's just a spring-loaded little thing, so you push on the button and it slides back, but it's still pretty cool. From the retracted mode, if you want to go back into shield mode or defensive cowardly mode instead of attack mode, which, you know, lame sauce, but you can if you want. But to do that, you can slide this blue little lever here, like that, and then it closes and locks the shield together. Just like the opening, the closing is surprisingly smooth. I'm very happy with it, and then it locks into place. So yeah, that's the basic mechanic and function of the blaster. Again, to fire, you can sort of just pull back on this red thing and then clench your fist to pull this wicked big trigger. If you could not tell from the firing demo, this blaster does not perform very well at all. I would not recommend this blaster to anybody looking to perform in a Nerf war or to shoot this at somebody who's also shooting back at you with pretty much any Nerf gun ever. Any other Nerf Elite blaster on the market right now is going to be shooting harder than this one. The velocity, range, performance, everything is just decreased. It's really not a performance-oriented blaster, but then again, it's a shield, not really a primary gun thing. Getting to my opinion on this product, overall, I would not recommend this to a performance-based Nerfer or anybody who's actually shooting at somebody else, shooting at them. But if you're just tinkering around, I do really like the function of the shield. I think that operates very smoothly. It locks back to place, again, very smoothly. I can't really say the scale is accurate, even if you're like really small, so the diameter of the shield is irrelevant. The depth of this blaster goes down like this. It almost looks like a Star Trek ship, like it. That might just be the inner nerd in me. Now I'm gonna roll with it. It's totally one of those. You can just paint it all silver and just multi-purpose the toy. Just kidding, of course. But this product is one of those, if you think you'll like it based on what it is, it's a miniature shield thing that's also supposed to be a blaster, then I could say you might actually like it. This is a Nerf channel, so as a Nerf blaster functioning as a blaster to shoot other people shooting back at you with Nerf blasters, it does not perform very well. I don't think any like hardcore prop people would really dig the dimensions of it, but if you're like neither of those 2 categories, then I really don't know how to appeal to you as an audience. Other than to state my objective observations for you to draw your own conclusions based on those. The operation is smooth. I didn't have any jams or malfunctions. It does fire when you pull the trigger, and it does stay primed when you prime it, so everything works. The blaster, again, just is not very powerful. But it is worth noting the handle is surprisingly comfortable given my size. I often complain about kids' toys not fitting me because I'm an adult, and the diameter of the shield would suggest it's for really, really small people, but my hand fits in there just fine. And a wee little hobbit hand or a child hand will totally fit in there just fine. Yeah, so mixed review, but hopefully I've pointed out everything you need to know whether or not you'd like to purchase this blaster toy prop thing object. If you are interested in purchasing one, I will leave a buy link in the description box below. That concludes my review of this odd, not really Nerf, but made by Nerf, so totally belongs on my Nerf channel, object thing. That's it. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tactical. America! Yeah! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do! Might be the wrong Team America.